Hi guys, welcome to the podcast Make Some Waves. My name is Tena and today here with me is Tea Zavacki.
Hello, everyone.
Hi Tea. Guys, today we have the first episode of the podcast Make Some Waves. I'm really excited for the episode, and for today we prepared a small interview. But a twist! I'm not going to hold the interview. Today, Tea is going to interview me.
Mm-hmm.
So Tea, without further ado, I'm going to give the mic to you.
That even rhymed. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be a small part of this big step, making this podcast a reality, and I'm so excited about all of the topics that we are going to talk about today. Unofficially, Tena and me, we met in 2013 during Erasmus experience while we were both a part of the Croatian student organization. That we couldn't even imagine spending a whole year without doing some projects and doing some cool work together. And
Crazy people.
The only people
Really
that
crazy.
work on Erasmus. And that experience, working with you remotely during Erasmus, is still one of the most productive and enthusiastic experience I had
Aw.
in my working career.
Thanks.
Officially, you majored in marketing at the Faculty of Economics and Business in Zagreb, that is a part of the University of Zagreb. And for 2.5 years, you worked at Frank. That is the favorite Croatian coffee and tea brand.
How many years?
4.5?
Yeah.
What did I say?
I think I said 2.5.
I'm not sure if... Okay, 4.5.
4.5 years, yeah.
As a brand manager and head of digital marketing,
Mm.
which is really exciting.
Yeah.
And I have so many questions about it. And now you work at HT Pool.
Yeah.
That is a global partner of the platforms that we all know and love.
Yeah.
And that sounds like an exciting job. Recently, the Faculty of Economics and Business asked you to be this external associate.
Yeah, external associate. Yeah.
Wow. At the new digital marketing program.
Yeah.
Which is so exciting.
No, honestly, that is for me the most exciting thing you said in the intro. So basically, I was really waiting for you to come to this part. Yeah, they invited
They
me
called
to
you.
Yeah, they called me and they asked me if I want to be a part of their program. So basically, this is the first year of digital marketing program on a Faculty of Economics and Business, and I'm really proud to be the part of it.
You should be.
And I'm extreme. I mean, honestly, I've asked my mentor, like, is this real? Can we repeat that again and again?
Are you sure?
Yeah, are you sure? So it's honestly, I knew that 2020 is going to be a breaking year or something, is going to be a turning point, but I've never thought that it's going to be this exciting as it is already.
Not
So
to mention the
yeah.
new vision, the new project, that is the new website, and this podcast that we are currently making.
Yeah. So a lot of things, a lot of projects, a lot of new things. Not just so it all started with a new job, and then new job in HT Pool, and then they called me to be a part of the new digital marketing program, and now the website and the podcast. So yeah, we have a lot of things to go over.
A lot of topics to cover. So let's start at the beginning. Shall
Sure.
we?
Yeah.
I want to start with the question: did you always know you want to work in marketing?
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, we've talked about it a lot of times. But no, like my first big passion and big dream, I would say, was always been acting.
That's... I mean, I expected that answer, but
But new.
if I only knew your LinkedIn profile, for example,
Yeah.
that would be a really unexpected answer to my question. So, how did that start?
Well, I think everybody who when I talk to people, when I introduce myself, if we get into the conversation, everybody is really surprised. When I think about it, I'm sometimes surprised. Honestly, it was a really small thing. So my dad, he was always pro that you need to always learn English language. And so basically he found the lessons that they would teach kids English through acting. So you would act and you would have a play every 6 months, and you would just learn how to speak. It was more of a conversational lesson or course. And during this period of time, which was actually it was like a couple of years or so, it was like up until 10 years I was acting. I really fell in love. It was really something I felt really passionate about, and I did this with my sister. She was also attending, so we would do something together. So it was really, really fun. And yes, I think just like someday the teacher came to my mom, like she has like real talent. And my mom said, really she does. I said, oh yeah, she's good. So
How old were you then?
I think, I'm not sure. It was I don't know, like 11 or something. I was really small. For me it was just having fun. I didn't do much sport when I was little. I did that like afterwards. Acting was my thing.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Has acting been your dream, let's say it like that, while growing up?
Yeah, basically when somebody would ask me what I wanted to be when I grow up, it was an actress. It's like a Hollywood actress. There is nothing.
Specifically a Hollywood actress.
Yeah,
right?
because you're like growing up in movies and everything. But the funny thing was I actually did theater for 10 years. I never did the movies. And I really wanted to try. So it was something new. And after 10 years of acting, you finish high school and everything, and I applied for the program that was basically it was a program for acting in movies in New York Film Academy. So it was, and I got in. Yay. Yay.
That's one of the fun facts in your
I think that was the proudest
life
like one of the proudest moments
Yeah.
in my life. It was when everything and every dream comes true. So I just rushed downstairs and I said, Dad, I got in, and of course they didn't know anything about it because I applied like in secrecy and nobody knew that I was applying. And yeah, so it was really great at the end. And of course reality hit, and then you understand that you don't have the money to finance it, because unfortunately I'm not sure how it is today, but back then they didn't give out scholarship for non-US citizen. So it was a bit a toll that we would all have to take as a family. So I decided just not to go there. And I said it's okay. I mean, the okay part, it took me about a year to accept that it was okay, or maybe even more, I'm not sure, but I would say a year when I stopped being angry at myself. But afterwards I just I went to some other directions, like for example economics, and started there. I figured out it was a great area that you could explore. You could do so much with economics. You could do like in accounting, marketing, project management, finance. You could do everything. I mean, basically with economics these days.
True.
And at the end, I think everybody does economics, right? Like as an influencer, you're doing economics at some level, right?
If you do anything in business, I would say you have to learn at least some part of economics.
True.
And now when everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, it's a must-have.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So, talking about dream lives, dream jobs, what would you say, how many young people or people in general followed their dreams in this time and age?
Well, I think today it's pretty awesome when I compare to the situation when we were growing up. We were just talking about it an hour ago. I think today people have so much possibility, so much more information out there, how to start your own business, how to start your own platform, how to create a concept at the end, I mean, you helped me with that. Thanks a lot. And I think people nowadays really start to build something of their own, which I believe which is really great. But when we were growing up, it wasn't the case.
It wasn't the case.
We were happy because we could go and like go for coffee. You know, we were feeling really adults when we would sit and drink some coffee, and then we would go out and drink, and like that was the point of being in high school or being in the faculty.
I mean, nobody told us that you could start your own business while studying or in high school.
Yeah,
Nobody
crazy.
told us, and nobody was doing it. That's the other thing. Now the people are watching, the kids, the young adults
Yeah.
are watching other young adults starting the businesses, and
Oh my God! Do you know what I
Tell me.
saw like
What?
2 weeks ago? It was in I think it was in Marie Forleo podcast. Think like a
the
bee.
younger, yeah.
Oh my God! Like the story is crazy. Like when she was 8 years old, she started to sell lemonade. She did
Yeah.
like a small stand. How do you call it? It's not a
Lemonade stand.
lemonade stand, right? And she just switched the sugar with honey, because she was afraid of bees, and her parents told her you shouldn't be afraid of bees, learn about them. So she learned about them and how important they are to the life cycle and everything. So she started making lemonades with bee honey to promote the well-being of the bees. And it like she was 8, and now she's what, like, I don't know, 13, 14, I'm not sure. She has her own book, Think Like a Bee. She's selling in 1,500 retail stores her lemonade. It's crazy. I mean, when you think about it. And back then, what did you do? Well, what did you do when you were 8? Like, seriously, what did you do when you were 8?
What did you do when you were 8?
Yeah, I mean, I watched Sailor Moon. Like, seriously.
Where is
it's
it?
like,
Where is it?
So this is one of my greatest passions, Sailor Moon. I had everything filmed and recorded and taped. I was obsessed. I would be like this, watching watching episode over episode. And yeah, I mean, if you want, you can pick your own pillow. Like, you can choose.
I?
Yeah. So for the podcast time being, you can choose whatever pillow
So
you want.
every guest that comes on Tena's podcast can choose his or her own pillow.
Yeah.
Wait, but now it's a big decision. Wait.
No, it's like a huge decision. It's like you have to really take your time, because I would be really disappointed at the end.
I'm going
Yeah.
to choose this one at least today. It seems appropriate.
We are all bad here.
Okay, let's switch gears.
Yeah.
You mentioned economics.
Mm-hmm.
Why economics? How did it happen? From the actress, Hollywood actress, to the economics.
I'm gonna blame my mom for everything
course.
on this podcast. Basically, I mean, it wasn't my mom, but you know, when I decided not to go to New York Film Academy, I had to do something, and she, yeah, because it wasn't like in our family there wasn't honestly an option like you're not going to do the studies, you're like doing the studies.
Okay.
And I had to pick something. And she always said that I had to do marketing, because she saw me a couple of times when I was giving, like instructions courses to the people in my high school, and I was explaining everything. And she saw and she said, "Oh, you have to do marketing." And I just said, you know what? I'm going to do economics. It's a wide range of opportunities. I'm going to try it, and we will see over the course of the years what it's going to turn out. And basically, after, I don't know, 3 years, I started to hang around the people that were, as we were talking about, they were hanging out in the student association. They were doing projects. They were so motivated and highly, they would say ambitious, but they were just like, I'm not sure if they were drunk or they really wanted to work, because we did everything. We drank, we did projects, we really... We did competitions, we did great competitions at the end. And
what I always mention is that I think some of the things we did more professionally in a student, in the student organization, than in the working life afterwards.
But you know, the difference is they all wanted to be there. So each person chose to be there in the association. So they chose to be there. So they chose to call hundreds of sponsors. They chose to spend their hours organizing the competition. They really wanted to be part of it. And that's, I think, That's the difference today, because today, when you're looking at the research for Generation Z, and they're, I'm not sure which one of you is marketing oriented or not. They're all looking for companies with a vision, with a mission to do good in the world, to make progress. They are not going to work for some company. They're just making money.
True.
And we're doing great.
True.
Yeah. So, as then they were doing that, and we all wanted to be part. We were proud of being ESU. Like we were like, it
was so important. Like, we felt so important.
Yeah, it's just like you're part of ESU. It's like
we're organizing this project, and now I have a meeting. That was like
now
the
I have a
thing.
meeting. Yeah. Okay, back then there weren't calls. Okay, now we're doing a lot of calls, but back then we had a meeting. We had a meeting.
While you're studying, while you're a student, having a meeting is like a huge deal, especially if it's with someone professional from a company. It's like later today I have a meting. That's why I
have to cancel the coffee. I have a meeting. I just remember. Did I ever tell you that? So basically, I did the Erasmus. Sorry, I did the Erasmus. Like the year after I did 1 year. So I did 1 year in e-student, and then we went for Erasmus. So after this 1 year, they would need to choose a new team leader. And they chose me to be the new team leader for business plan contest. I totally forgot about that. But I couldn't accept it because I had to go to the exchange program. And I was really sad because I really wanted to stay. And that's when you came in. And you said, we are so not going to go and do the exchange stuff. We're going to do projects, and we're going to do it while everybody else is drinking and travel. Yeah, we're going to do the projects. And all my roommates, they were like, seriously, what's wrong with you? Like,
especially you were in Spain. I mean, I was in the north of Germany, so it was okay for me, at least during the winter.
I mean, I did everything, you know me. I did everything. I did the trips, I did the drinking, I did the study. Do you know how much I needed to study? Everything was in Spanish. The economics of EU was in Spanish.
Oh.
I would really like to thank to my friends Arturo and Mark and Alex and everybody there that really helped me a lot with my studies. It wasn't, but I did everything. It was really great. I was really super tired, and
you still do everything. That's my impression, at least. You still have a lot of energy or enthusiasm to do a lot of stuff.
True.
Okay, economics.
Yeah.
And then after the studies, or at least in your 5th year, you specialized in marketing.
Yeah.
How did you choose marketing?
Well, basically, when I saw the work we did in e-student, the closest things to that was to do marketing. And I remembered when I was applying, everybody was saying to me, "Oh no, don't specialize in marketing. You know, you have to do the work. You have to do the exams. You have to do the projects. You're like
it's
really
serious.
It's serious. You know." I was like, you know what? I studied for 4 years. I wasn't really interested in economics, to tell you the truth. I didn't hate it. I just wasn't interested in. And I said to myself, you know what? You're going to study 1 year, something that you're going to be interested in, whether it is hard work or not. And I remember saying to myself, if one person can do it, so could you. Just go there and apply it and just close your eyes and, I don't know, drink up the whatever we were drinking back then. And just suck it up, you know. You're going to do 1 year of something that you really want to do, and it was the best decision ever. Honestly, it was great when you're doing something that you feel really good about. When you find something that you're passionate about, and what's great, everybody there, they wanted to do the work. They really wanted to. We did great things. I mean, the professors and the assistants was really great. They would organize the competitions between the teams. So we were doing, business plan for startup apps, MedBarts. I think they are still here today. They're doing great things. We did marketing communication strategy for Opel, the new model. We did communication, I think strategy was, or strategic thinking, something like that. Concept with the zoo in Zagreb, and they really wanted to do some type of rebranding or communication strategy, and so they gave us the it was really great. We did
Yeah.
We did really good stuff there, and
Real life stuff.
and I was a bit sad because it lasted basically the last 5 months. It's not even a year. And I mean, yes, you do the work. There is things you have to type and you have to get into, but it was really great, and I knew that I wanted to work in those fields. So yeah, I choose marketing, or marketing choose me at some point. Because afterwards, I didn't even finish my master's. How do you call it? Like a master paper?
Okay.
Yeah. Frank company, they called me if I would like to join to come for testing, And yeah, sure. I came there and everything. I mean, it was a process. You had, I don't know, three rounds of testings and everything. But it was really great. Everything went well. And at the end, I got the internship and I stuck around for around 4.5 years. Yeah.
I have so many questions now. If we look at that transition from the studying marketing to the real life marketing, what would you say is the biggest difference between working on the projects in the faculty or student environment and then working on projects in real life?
Well, in theory, everything is really structured. You have everything, you have
in
steps. You have bullets. Everything is well thought out, like you have everything figured out on paper in theory. And I remember when we'd have to learn all those bulleting and everything, it was pain in the ass, but you had a structure.
Yeah.
And in real life, it's not like that. I mean, it's great to have a concept of structure because it really drives you to be consistent, to have an overall approach. That's really important in marketing. But yeah, it's not structured. It's chaos basically. Sometimes you're just trying to survive and trying to not to mess up, and you mess up a lot of times because you have to, because you're juggling a lot of things. But I think in the end, it's just the basic thing is that in theory you have structure that can guide you, but in practice, in real life, you need to be really adaptive, really agile. And you need to think widely. You need to have an overview of the situation, of the business, of the project, on how many aspects can your project, your move, your decision influence, basically. So it's a bit harder than in theory.
I can imagine.
A bit harder, but it's all manageable. And I would say a great marketing is a great starting point when you really want to learn about entrepreneurship or doing some business, because that was my actually this was my goal when they asked me, okay, so what do you want to learn? I said I want to learn business. I wanted to learn how the business works. I said, yeah, okay, go to marketing. Go to marketing. I mean, so yeah, sure, okay. So basically I didn't know what was I getting into. Yeah, but it was all in all a great experience.
How would you describe the importance of mentorship throughout your career and the people that influenced you the most?
Well, taking into the consideration that you are my mentor in now and in some phases of my professional development, I would say it's important.
I really appreciate you saying that, because I feel that every one of us is learning something from the people around us, and every one of us has something to teach the other person. So I'm learning not just now when I had the workshop for the high school students for 2 days. I learned so much. And normally I'm
a bit envious. I wanted to be there. Like you were telling me about it today, and it was really great.
So sorry, I interrupted you. Mentors in your life?
No, I mean, like, I would say just one thing. The one thing that I would advise everybody, and that I am searching in my professional life, is be surrounded with people from whom you can learn from. Basically, surround yourself with people and with mentors that allow you to grow, to make mistakes. And I think that's like the most important thing, to make mistake and to learn from them. So when you have that, and when you have a, let's say, a support system, like just the person who will ask you, look, are you okay? Can you do that? If you're not, it's fine. Go home, which they can understand you as a human being. You have your own needs and everything. So when you have a support system, when you have the surroundings that motivate you and that it's driving you to learn and to grow, that's, I think, the most important things. Not even the, I mean, it's important in which company you work in and the mission, everything, but the surroundings in which you work in, I think, are way more important. I think I read a quote that actually said, "You're working for your boss. You're not working for the company." And I'm not sure who said that, but it really started to, I started to think, because I've worked with 4 different managers over the course of 5 years, and every single one was different. Everyone brought different things to the table, different approaches to work, approaches to team. Basically, everything was different. And you learn so much from that. It was I mean, it's at some point it's okay, it takes out your energy, because you constantly need to prove yourself to your new mentors. So it's not that easy as it's not all that great, but at the end it's a great learning experience. I would say choose your mentors over the course of your professional life. That's, I think, the most important thing.
I agree 100%. And I think it's the same with the faculty you choose. True. With the studies you choose. Sometimes when you don't know in which direction you want to go, sometimes seeing by which people you will be surrounded by is even more important than the topic or the field you will specialize in.
True. I mean, basically, that's why we stuck out in e-students. I think that's not the project. It was the people at the end. So, yeah, we're on the same page regarding this topic.
Let me ask you this. For the people listening who are not in marketing, what does it mean to be a brand manager?
Yeah, well, basically, if you don't want kids, you have one. So you're the parent, the mom, and the dad to the brand that you're in charge of. So you have to.
I like that explanation.
Yeah, it's the most simplest thing, the most simplest way that I can explain what is a brand manager, because brand management is everything. You have to think about everything. Maybe you're not going to do everything, but you have to think about it, because you're the one influencing the other parts of the puzzle, and you have to be the driver, and you have to lead, and you have to put the brand, the strategic guidelines, and you have to think long term, and you have to do, I don't know what you need to do. But it's an overall, you're parenting a brand over the course of the year. So if you're starting a brand, you're starting a new product, you want to create a brand, you're raising it from the grounds up, and you have to think about, of course, if it's a product or a service, you have to think about the quality, the quality you want to bring to the table. You have to think about, of course, to whom are you talking to what needs can you basically provide with the product. So how can you help somebody? Who is your target audience? You have to also think not just who are you helping now, but who are you helping in the future. So that's when you have to think about long term. You have to think in a more strategic way. So it's not always easy, because you're facing with, of course, with the challenges of the system, of I don't know, the complexity of business. So it's not just internal, it's also external. And it takes time. It really takes time. It takes a lot of energy. But the great thing, if you like building, if you're a builder, as a character, it's a great position to be in, and it's a great position to learn, to learn, to get a grasp of every aspect. And I mean, I was the happiest when my first tea, so I was a brand manager for tea and food category, when my first tea came from the production. And it was like, they brought the tea box onto my table, and I was like, oh, my baby is here. And so it's like a real joy at the end. So it's really and of course you have to jump to another problem and everything, but it's
But for that small moment,
for that
short
small
moment,
moment you're so happy that everything is worth it.
yeah.
And yeah, I would say yeah, being basically a parent. So it's a good intro if you want to start
It sounds like it.
family or anything.
Um,
Well, considering I just have one thing to add, I want to welcome you everybody to the creative room, because this here all around with as you can see, this is my creative room where I love to escape from time to time to create, and where laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever. In the words of Walt Disney.
oh.
Yeah.
I feel like the picture speaks a thousand words when we have to decide between you being a creative person or being only
really?
the manager. So I feel like this says it all.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
I would say you are pretty creative. What would be the 3 greatest lessons you learned as a brand manager?
So we were brainstorming, and I think I wrote some of the things down. So, yeah, okay, we did a lot of talk about this first one. So the first one is, for business to work and function efficiently, every touch point, whether it is marketing, sales, logistics, R&D, production, and so on, has to be aligned but also flexible and ready to adapt to changes. I think the agility nowadays is so much more important than anything else. We can see that from the times that we're living in regarding COVID-19 and everything. So yeah, definitely the flexibility and readiness to adapt. The second one is, so yeah, of course, yeah, this one is a huge thing. So one of the greatest lessons, responsibility and transparency is the key ingredient to a successful collaboration. Yeah, when we were speaking about challenges regarding people, I think yeah, one of our new colleagues that I'm working now currently say that one of the greatest virtues she's looking in human beings is responsibility, and it really struck me a bit, because I never thought about it.
True.
And when I was looking at the experiences that I had, and with people and with projects and everything, if there is no responsibility, you're always going to have problems. You're always going to have problems. And I think when people are responsible to their work, to the people that they're working in, and again, transparent, of course, I'm all for, me, for open communication. I'm an open channel of communication. I think when you have that, you have not 50, like 80% of the problem solved. So yeah. And the third one, I think I love this one the best, is to have fun in everything that you do. It will make hard times easier, and good times, it will become great memories. I think I like the third one the best. Yeah, I mean, I'm always the person who comes in the mornings and is jumping around, and it's, I don't know, I saw a Disney movie last night and I'm all pumped up and I'm really happy, and I just, I don't know, I want to share it with everybody. So yeah, I mean, having fun, I think, is the best thing if you can manage to do so.
So after 3.5 years working as a brand manager, you switched to digital marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
Everybody kept like asking me about that. As if digital marketing is not part of marketing, Well, basically, I was working as a brand manager, and you have to have a grasp of all aspects.
All the pieces.
Yeah, of all the pieces of not just business but marketing as well. And digital marketing was, it's on the rise for the past, it's not 10 years, but let's say 5 to 6 years. And every idea that I had that I had around my brands, so the idea that I wanted to implement so my brands would grow, had to do something with digital or the new technologies and everything. So I started to be more attracted to the online, to the platforms, to the technologies, and the company gave me the opportunity to lead the department of digital marketing. So I was doing that with a colleague, and then afterward we had an intern and everything. So it was really great. It was really fun, and I mean, I don't know. I just said, yeah, I think I wanted to do digital marketing at some point, and it was that. I mean, the thing is that it's like after I did the acting, I had everything planned. For 10 years, I had a plan. I'm going to be an actress. And then afterward, I didn't know what to do. And I said to myself, I'm not going to have any plans, which is a bit contradictory to my character.
You went from one extreme to the other extreme, right?
My dad always told me that I'm a bit extremist. So it's like...
Extremist.
Yeah, or something. Maybe I said it wrong. I'm not sure.
Extreme.
Extreme. Yeah. And basically, I just said I'm gonna go along with every opportunity that comes along. Frank came along. Brand management was the natural path, and afterwards, digital marketing came along, and afterwards the job, of course, that I'm working now as a client solution manager in a company that is a partner of the biggest online platforms, So I'm not sure how that went.
It happened. Let's say it happened.
Yeah, but like I think it happened because I was willing to go for it. I was willing to really use every opportunity I was given, And when you do that, I think just things over the time that just
fall together.
They come together.
Right.
Like as a puzzle. And me, I'm a huge puzzle fan. So
and earlier you were telling me that you have this personal rule, right, to say yes. To everything, or only everything. To things that sound right?
No, everything. It mattered to not just my personal life. It was a rule for my professional and personal. So basically, I have my dearest friend, and my dearest friend, and she's an athlete. She's really a sporty type, and she's the person who tries everything. So every single sport she tried, she always dragged me along. So and I was like, yeah, sure, yeah. You want to do tennis? Yeah, sure. You want to do Krav Maga? Yeah, sure. You want to do pole dance? Yeah, we're doing pole dance. Yeah, of course, yeah, I love it. And no, I really loved it. I did it for 2 or 3 years. So
That's a fun fact.
Yeah, you know how hard it is. It's really hard.
I've heard.
It's really hard. So I tried everything. I think it was around 10 sports. I'm not sure we finished every single one of them, but I took that approach to my professional life, and I think that one of the biggest lessons from that is you really, when you seize every opportunity you have, you are never gonna have regrets. So I have 2 rules in life, and one of them, the first one I'm not gonna say, but the second one is no regrets. So no regrets in life, and that's why I'm doing 100 things at once, and that's why I'm all over the place. And it's not that I like it that much. I mean, I like it, but it's sometimes I just want to lay down and just
it would be easier.
It would be easier. But I like to grow, and I like to try new things. And when I look back, I want to see every year of my life that I've used to the full potential. So that's why I'm doing a lot of things, and everything that we talked about, and that we're going to talk about in the future questions.
I just wanted to ask.
Yeah.
So speaking of new things, tell us more about the vision you have for the website and the podcast.
Yeah, but well, as we mentioned, so I had the idea about the website 2 years ago. I really didn't know what to do with it, how to present it, what would be the concept. And I honestly, I didn't knew that like half a year ago. And then I just said, okay, it's like, we're not doing this. So I'm called Tea. So I said, Tea, it's like, the shit just went south. I need your help. I'm doing this. Let's do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do this. I just know that if you ask me what I would do in life if I don't have problems with the money, with anything, I don't have any responsibility, I honestly would just love to travel and to live in different communities and find ways to help them, educate them, and just to make progress. And okay, I cannot maybe travel at the moment so much, even though I do a lot of traveling, but I cannot, I can make progress in my community. So basically that was the starting idea. And I wanted to see how I can use my skills that I've gained over the course of time of brand management, digital marketing, and now sales and client service and everything that I did. How can I use that? How can I explore more of the fields in order to help the companies, the individuals, the projects, the idea to prosper in this community? I really want to find ways, basically the ways, and to give the space to the people, the individuals in my podcast to talk about their ideas, to talk about the projects, maybe to connect them with some of the companies so the companies can help them make progress in the community. And to tell you the truth, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the next episode. So this is a big journey for me as well. I always wanted to have, for example, some kind of example when I was growing up. We were talking about it earlier that we didn't have so many examples of entrepreneurship when we were growing up. And I wanted to give the space not just to individuals, but I wanted to give the stories, to give the connections, to maybe to find a way to people how they can start their own ideas, their own projects, in order to help their surroundings in some way. So yeah, we're gonna explore in the podcast a lot of areas of brand management, of digital marketing, of maybe some community service, and everything that can help practically our community to grow. I'm hoping, I mean, we were discussing about it earlier, I'm hoping I'm going to cover also some of the area of social responsibility that companies are doing. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, basically, yeah, we will see. It's a learning path, the podcast and the website. So
and we will all follow you and grow with you. So
hopefully, and of course, if any of you have some feedback or some ideas, feel free to contact me, to reach me, whether it is on my webpage or just like send me a message. Just call me. I have a DM. I have idea. Call me. Yes, sure.
Yeah. So we came to the last question, the magical one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You know how much I hate that question when we are doing the interviews and where we are pitching or for new jobs or something.
I feel like that is the most common question asked anyone anywhere in the world.
Yeah, we have to Google it or something. I think the reason I didn't love, or actually I hated that question, because one thing, I think that things are changing so rapidly that it's impossible to predict anything. The second thing is I really didn't have the answer to the question. I mean, you know me, so you really know.
I mean, you mentioned that for the past how many years you didn't have or don't have the plan or everything planned out exactly.
Oh, for the last 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, so basically when I was 18, I finished high school and I was supposed to go to the New York Film Academy, and I said, okay, I'm not going. And from that point, I didn't have any plan. Yeah, so I didn't have any plans. So I was basically, I was seizing the opportunities, but I didn't know where I was going. And I just know if I just learn as much as I can, I'll be good. I will find something. So that was the mantra, I guess. And now, when you ask me, honestly, in 5 years, I would just like to have projects that can influence people in a good way, that can influence their life in a good way. Hopefully, in 5 years, I will dive, like, not a bit more, but like a huge amount more into digital marketing, and maybe help brands to really seize the opportunities of this area to grow their businesses, and then maybe for them to give back to the community from which they actually came from.
Yeah.
So honestly, my idea for the next 5 year is to build to build a podcast, to open the conversations, to give the opportunities to people to improve their life, to improve their work, to give the space to start their work at the end. And I always say, if you can make one change to someone's life to the better, I think you did an awesome job. So that's my mantra from now on. So yeah. That's my goal, let's say, for the next 5 years.
It sounds like a good goal.
Yeah, I feel really, really, really good about it, honestly. And after a long time at peace. No,
That's a big
yeah,
one.
no, yeah, because you know me, that I'm always with a lot of ideas and doing a lot of things, and I'm always running towards something, and I'm not sure what am I running towards, and now I feel good about this. I really feel good about this, and I believe that there is a lot of new good things to come, and I'm really open to that. So guys, fingers crossed. I mean,
I'm so happy to hear you say that. Your energy right now is so good.
yeah, because she knew all my energies, like from the years before. For the last 10 years, she knows all the energy, and it's not all shiny and bright and fun.
Even though you are shiny and bright most of the time, but
Aw,
you've experienced a lot, right?
Yeah,
And it's nice to see it this way.
thanks.
Um,
We're going to do some great work together, I'm sure.
I'm sure. But things will come together, like, naturally. And for the end, I love the idea about 10 quick and easy ways. So 10 random questions.
We didn't brainstorm this. Oh
No,
God.
we didn't.
Oh shit.
It will really be a surprise. Like the answers will be the spontaneous ones.
Okay.
For real. I have, I think, more than 10, 13.
Okay, it's
Is it too much?
No, it's the first episode. You can go like as much as you want.
For the first few, I actually stole the questions from Tim Ferriss. I love his questions that he uses in his
he's
interviews.
great.
So let's start with those. The first one: what is the book or books you've given most as a gift, and why? Or what are 1 to 3 books that have greatly influenced your life?
First of all, it's gonna be really disappointing. I didn't give any books. But it's not because I don't. Oh no, I'm lying. But it's like it was a group. It was a group.
Oh,
A group gift. So I'm not counting this, and it was ordered by the. So,
What is the most common gift you give to people?
Well, I really love surprise custom-made gifts.
Okay.
So I love the drawings, or I love the scrapbooks. I love to do scrapbooks for the people that I really, really love and like, and stuff like that. So either I'm trying to do a custom-made gift, a gift that I did it myself, or I'm trying to do it with the help of somebody else. So I really love that. I really love giving that. Also, honestly, depends on the person. So it's either like if it's a girl, like for example, my sister, for the past 10 years, I've given her, because she ordered this for the past 10 years, either a wallet or a bag. So imagine,
That's
so if
nice
it's
gift.
Christmas, I'm giving a wallet, and then for the next birthday, I'm giving a bag. So it's been like that for the past 10 years. So I would say this is the most common gift I would give, because when you see the numbers, that's basically that. But regarding books, honestly, I've read like it's one of the latest books that I read. It's really old. It's called How to Swim with Sharks. It's a sales book. Oh my God, kill me! What is the author? But I think it's McKay, something McKay.
Okay.
Okay, and it's really super easy, super light, but it's really practical. So it's written by a director who owns a company that makes envelopes.
Okay.
And of course, at the beginning, he did everything, so the company grew, and so he had a certain philosophy. And basically, through this philosophy, he built out a community of his employees, and they felt all really proud to work in the company. So he shared all of his experience in a book. It's really digestible. It's really you can use tips and tricks in your everyday, because I'm doing a lot of sales in this job, so you can use a lot of tips and tricks from these books, and it's really super light. You can read it in like a day or so. So
Now I have to Google it.
yeah.
Great. Let's move on. So the second one I really love, and I can maybe. I feel like I know what you're going to answer,
Okay.
but let's try it. If you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere in the world with anything on it, metaphorically speaking, getting a message out to millions and millions of people,
Okay.
what would it say and why? It could be one word or a paragraph or a sentence or a quote or something.
What would it be or why? I would just say, I don't know, help the guy next to you.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought it's going to be something like that.
Well, I mean, this is a good billboard. So the billboard would be, for everybody that is not watching the video, it's my quote that is on the wall of my creative room, and it's basically, laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever, by Walt Disney. So yeah, that's definitely option number one. But when I look at everything that is happening right now, and with the message that I want to send out, and the projects and the ideas I want to do, just seriously help the guy next to you. And
That's even a better one, right?
So yeah, we can try that.
Yeah, I love it. What is an unusual habit or an absurd thing that you love?
Well, I mean, it's not that unusual, but I really love breakfasts in Saturday and Sunday mornings. For me, breakfast is everything in the week.
Those are the best.
And
during the weekend.
Don't touch my breakfast. Just don't mess up with my breakfast. I'm a breakfast person, and I don't get like fancy breakfasts during the work week. So when I have the weekend, don't touch my breakfast.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that's like, we can do brunch, and yeah, we can do everything. Like, we can do, just I need to have the breakfast, and yeah, that's the breakfast. I'm a breakfast person.
Great. I didn't know that one about you. Okay, what advice would you give to a smart-driven college student about to enter the real world? What advice should they ignore? Whichever is easier to answer.
Well, I would stick to the advice I've already covered in the previous question, which is seize every opportunity you get.
That was
that sums up everything, and when you do that, you're I wouldn't say automatically driven, but you start to be automatically driven. And if you're lazy, try that, and trust me, over the time you're going to get into the working mode. So seize every opportunity you can find.
I feel like that is the answer to everything when you are studying, when you don't know which direction to go. It's a perfect answer. Just try few random things and see what happens.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you feel overwhelmed or unfocused, or if you lose your focus temporarily, what do you usually do?
I stop doing whatever it is that I'm doing. So basically, I just. It's the same thing when you're trying to find something that you lost. You're trying to find your keys. And you're looking and you cannot find it. So it's the same with no, you don't see them. So it's the same for me with the concentration. Basically, I just stop doing whatever it is that I'm doing. For me, it helps to go for a walk for like say 20 minutes, just not to think about everything. I put on my music and I just go into my other world or whatever it is, and then I come back and then I just look at the same place where I stopped or at the same things that I'm looking for, and then suddenly they appear, or then suddenly the thing started to work. So when somebody says don't force it, just don't stop whatever it is. Like take a nap for half an hour and then come back. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. It just let it go. Seriously, let it go. So
it's so interesting that everything feels and looks better after a short nap. It's like magic,
Oh my God, did you know what I did when I was studying? So basically then I was doing a lot of things. Like I was in the gym 2 hours a day. I was doing rowing. I was running. I was doing dancing. I was doing like a lot of crazy shit. And I was working. I was studying. I was working in the East Student Association. I was working as a hostess in a theater for years to have like some extra cash. I was going out. I was doing everything, and I was always tired. I would come to the classes and I would fall asleep. Like my friend was like, Tena, wake up. I was always sleeping, always. Or I couldn't like keep my head up. But you know what I did? I took a 15-minute power nap in the class. It's not recommendable. They figure out eventually.
Don't do this at home.
Yeah. And then after I was great. I was I was so focused. I can do it all over again. So just take a nap when you're not really concentrated or when you cannot help yourself.
That's a great advice.
Yeah.
So, if you had a choice between two superpowers, being invisible or flying, which one would you choose?
Flying. Always.
Will we keep it short and sweet and move on? Or do you want to explain?
I would say for me, flying is like having the freedom to do everything. So definitely, why would you want to be invisible?
Not sure.
Okay. Let me just say, in the names of Dr. Seuss or Seuss, I'm not sure how does it read. Why fit in when you were born to stand out?
Oh.
So for me, being invincible is completely absurd, because even if I tried being invincible, it just wouldn't work. For me, it just doesn't work.
This is the interesting one. Me saying to my own questions. Like, good work there.
Yeah, good work there.
If you were a Disney character, which one would you be?
I think this is my favorite question. If I were a Disney character, I would definitely be Ariel, the Little Mermaid, because I don't know. For me, she's the some of the symbols of what it means to be. I would say free in your own will. Basically, she does things the way she feels that is the best. She doesn't mean any harm to anybody, but she just follows her heart. Also, I love the water. I love the sea. I always loved it, and I loved her red hair. I was obsessed. So basically, I'm not sure if it started with the red hair or with the water, or the sea. But I just, for me, she's the definition of how it is to be your own person and to fight for something that you love. And I grew up with Disney classics. I didn't really grow up with the modern Disney movies, which I love as well. But still, for me, that was Ariel. And if you move a bit, you can see her there in the corner. So it's a bit creepy. It's a doll of Ariel, but it was a precious gift from. So it was a really precious gift from my friends and my very very dear friends, and I mean, who cannot love Ariel? Seriously, it's one of the greatest things. She even sings. I mean, we can try it later. Later on.
This one.
She really sings. You touch her necklace and then she sings. Don't try it because I'm going to start singing and it's not going to be pretty.
No, but I feel like we should end like that. This podcast and this first episode.
You want her to sing?
And you to sing along. Sure.
Oh my god. Okay, we can try it.
I mean, the next few questions are the boring ones. So.
Okay. Oh my god, this is gonna be really interesting. So guys,
we can always cut it off.
Do you want to be flounder? So, can you take the picture as well? Because the picture actually inspired the name of the podcast. So all these three amazing gifts were gifts from my dearest friends. Oh my god, people are going to think I'm really weird. So basically, here it says, "Be a mermaid and make some waves." So this was the gift when I was leaving the company, and my friends gave it to me in order for me to feel I can do whatever I wish to do, and that they have my back and that they believe that I can do everything that my heart desires. So basically this one, Make Some Waves, was what inspired me when I was sitting here in the creative room, how I'm going to name my podcast. And this beautiful shining thing with this beautiful hair. Okay, so guys, this doll sings actually, so you're gonna know the song, so I think you need to sing as well.
Just to check it before I don't have to sing, I can just swim around, right?
Okay, yeah, sure. We're gonna do it like this. So, okay, guys, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Up way they walk, up way they run, up way they stay all day in the sun, wonder and free. Wish I could be part of that world. You see why I love her? It's really great. So whenever I feel down, I just press her and then she sings to me. You see why this is called the creative room? You have really crazy shit here that can really make you feel better. Yeah,
I wasn't expecting this, definitely, but
yeah,
it feels like such a perfect ending to the first episode of the podcast.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Do you want to do the outro?
Well, honestly, there is not much more that I could say. I've been
After
talking.
this-
Yeah, I've been talking way too much. I really want to thank you for joining me in my first episode, and guys, she's really great. You really have to watch the stuff that she does, the project that she does, and get involved. If you don't know how, ask her. She helped me, so she will get you started in no time. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And if you want to stay tuned, if you wanna watch and listen about brand management, about digital marketing, about the project that can do really great things for the communities and for everybody all around, please stay tuned in the next episode. And guys, have fun. That's all.
Have fun.
Yeah.
And make some waves, right?
And make some waves. Have fun and make some waves.